Yeah, the Jimenez sending off.
Yeah. And you joked last week about his brain.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things that the key to any joke is a bit of truth in there as well, because it makes it, makes it real. I mean, that was the dumbest thing we've ever seen.
That was insane.
I did think it was maybe a kind of a harsh yellow to begin with, because you just kind of tackling back.
It's just a harsh tackle, kind of. Yeah. You could have easily just been a telling off, though.
Yeah, come on now. You can't be doing that.
The second yellow was because it was so dumb, though.
Yeah.
Because, I've seen players do that and not get yellows.
Both of them weren't yellows in another game.
Yeah.
But when you do them that close together, it's just
you're out of here. You're a danger to yourself.
Give him a break. Look his head. Look what's around his head. He doesn't know what he's doing. Clearly, a man knowing what he's doing wouldn't do that. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
He literally, the ref was like, stand back a bit, and he went, yeah.
You should need to ask my fingers you're holding up first. Where are you?
He booted the ball.
And then what the best thing is, like, when he did it wasn't even trying to slow down play. He was going to attack then. He was like, pass.
Yeah, he kept going when even the Wolves players were like, oh man.
Like, no. You're like, I'm free, I'm open. We have the ball back.
They're not playing at the moment.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense. But listen, I've been on that road before. Nonsense. Talking nonsense. Why should we accept somebody talking nonsense? Like, what would you say? Just why are you talking nonsense about us? Why are you talking rubbish?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a No Nonsense podcast with Cathal and Will. We are here together. One mic only.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Well, we'll see when we hear it back.
Yeah. I don't know if you call them technical difficulties, Will, or...
No, well, we were making fun of Jimenez at the start for his brain not working properly. I locked myself out of my house.
Yeah.
For an extended period of time.
And look, we're busy people. We don't have time to sit around waiting for the keys to show up.
Yeah.
So we're over mine and we're doing it on one mic. So it sounds a bit weird, or I don't know how it's going to sound, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
no time.
Anyone's guess.
We don't have time to test.
We don't have the time to edit, to listen back, none of it.
Yeah, if you could see us now, it's like that meme of the 13-year-olds doing the podcast. It's like we're both like leaning into the same mic. Will the hurt ever stop? That's what we're reduced to here now. But look, it's crispy. We got the decks up. It's all very fancy. So it's hard to be down. It's you just gotta laugh at these kind of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a good bit to talk about. I think we had Champions League draw done today. This probably would have been done earlier if that had gone on time.
Yeah.
Aubameyang also Arsenal win, but Aubameyang. I guess he is winning because he's making a lot of money.
He has it sussed.
Yeah, everybody's winner at Arsenal right now. And we're going to talk a little about the Spurs COVID fiasco, I think.
Yeah.
Pandemonium.
Yeah. I mean, when lots of players are out, you're like, that's bad. But then when it gets to the point where, who is it, Vitesse? Are they an Austrian team, I think?
Vitesse.
They were putting banners up outside their stadium saying, fuck you, Spurs.
Were they?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because we'll get to it, but the Spurs scenario affects them.
Oh, yeah.
Because if the Spurs forfeit and stuff, then they might not get through. Yeah. Things like that.
But if you have enough time in your hands to go out your way to make a banner about, Spurs, they fuck you Spurs, start a podcast and listen to it. Do what we do. We're not out here making signs. We're talking into a mic.
Yeah.
I suppose the first thing, Champions League draw. Today's Monday. I don't know when it's going to come out. But today's Monday, 13th. Champions League draw scheduled for 11.
Yeah, late as always anyway.
Yeah. And they had Andre Arshavin. I don't know if he qualifies as a cult hero. I saw this kind of argument going on during the week about Origi.
Yeah.
Club legend or cult hero. Is he Ian Wright or is he Bentner?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's definitely in the middle. He's not as bad as Bentner. But whatever, the point being that Arshavin was there and he fucked it up.
Yeah. He fucked it.
He organised the whole thing himself. He said, no, I have an idea. What happened? Were the balls in the wrong hole?
It was like a few different things happened. Mm-hmm. So when they're reading out like who can and can't play each other, they were like, and Atletico Madrid cannot play Man United because they're in the same group. They weren't.
What?
No, they're in Liverpool's group. So that was the first like red flag. I think Atletico got drawn against United.
Yeah.
And they went, oh no, that actually can't happen.
Oh.
And then they put the balls back in. And then Villarreal got drawn in the same pot as United, and they're supposed to be in different pots.
Because they were in the same group.
Because they were in the same group. But then they just kind of carried on through as normal. And United are playing PSG, which is Messi versus Ronaldo. That's tinfoil hat number one theory. Is they know there's no way both of those teams are making it through a few games to play each other. So let's make it happen now.
I would say it's improbable.
Yeah.
That they would both get through.
Yeah. So now they made it, but they fucked it. They did it to Arshavin, pulled the heated ball or whatever.
Yeah. The bumpy ball. Fuck yeah, that's a good point actually. Messi versus Ronaldo. It's funny because like literally last year we were doing Champions League, and we're like, lads, like they're going nowhere. Messi and Ronaldo aren't going to win everything forever. Like stop writing them off. And this year it's just been like total kind of it's over.
I saw Conor Gallagher has more goals in the league than Messi has in his league.
Yeah, and they're like 13 points clear in league now.
Yeah.
I guess the difference for Messi and Ronaldo, that's right, folks. It's a Messi versus Ronaldo episode. Is that Messi didn't want to leave Barcelona, whereas Ronaldo did want to leave Juve.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily for Man United, but he was happy to leave.
He wanted to go somewhere,
Now, I know Messi scored goals in the Champions League, but the League One hasn't really kicked off from it all. So, yeah, who did PSG play now?
PSG now play Real Madrid.
Oh!
They've been raging.
Ramos back to Real Madrid. Has he played yet?
I think he's had one game, if even. I think there was talks of his contract getting terminated in January.
Yeah, well, of course.
Because they're just paying him for nothing.
Yeah, it's like that same thing. If I was to do that at my job, like this is literally one of those things. Like, no, you're right.
Yeah,
if you didn't show up since September, you would probably get sacked. The contract would probably you'd be asked to hand in your resignation at the very least,
unless you're at Arsenal.
Well, fucking unless you're Arsenal, but we got that later on. So you have the
groups.
Yeah, it's off the dome predictions out of time.
Yeah,
I feel like
everyone's favourite. We've got them here now. 1 sec.
I saw Lille came top of their group. I wasn't even following the Champions League.
Yeah, I forgot they were in the Champions League, to be honest.
Well, I knew because they won the league last year. Remember?
Yeah, it's weird though when teams like that get in because it's such a big thing when they get it. But then as soon as they're in, you're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
They're not going to win.
Yeah, I mean, winning the league last year surely was like the peak. Against PSG, that's like the ultimate achievement. So this year to carry on. But when they lost in their players, didn't lose Renato Sanchez when those players
a lot of
that
players were old as well. Remember, like, was it Fonte that was there?
Jose Fonte. I think it's still there. Bert Yilmaz.
Yeah.
And we saw what he could do with
awful.
Yeah, there was a 4D chest by Lille. Have him go to the Euros and be absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Sorry, you got the draw.
I've got the group or the new draw here. So
who's up first?
Up first is Salzburg versus Bayern Munich.
Oh, tough one.
And we were talking a bit ago. Bayern Munich, I'd say, weren't even looking at either draw. They probably didn't even know this was happening today.
No, they'll wait for the email to come in about their dressing room or whatever.
Yeah, like they're going to just be whoever.
I think we're in Austria. Where's Salzburg?
They're not going to care who they're playing.
No.
But Atletico Madrid will be buzzing because they got Bayern the first one and really made a big scene about not getting Man United.
And who they have now?
And now Atletico Madrid have Man United.
There you go, perfect.
So they got what they
wanted.
Second
tinfoil hat out.
Yeah, and I would say as well, when I saw United PSG, I was like, I think United will probably do them with the way, like their form is up and down like ours kind of in Europe. When I got Atletico, I thought, oh, fuck.
Well, Atletico Madrid fans hate Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Real Madrid connection, that's goes without saying. But there's a bit of beef there as well.
He also just like routinely knocks them out of things for a long, long time. He did.
I know they won the league, obviously, that one time. But in the Champions League, they always seem to have their number.
Yeah.
And Ronaldo, famously at one press conference, said, I've won it 4 times, you've won 0.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, such a dick move.
But I mean, when players do stuff like that, it never works out all the time. It eventually comes to a big, embarrassing end.
I guess so, but like even now, like, well, what, they knocked him out in the last 16 once. He still has more Champions Leagues. But the thing is, like, if you're saying Atletico have none, but I have 4, it's like, well, your name is on the trophy.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, no, they're savage players, and you. Versus Atletico is like, you know. bunch of bullies and pirates and mercenaries or whatever. Like, you know, it was always like Atletico little guys. So now they come out and be like, yeah, I'm better than you, by the way. It's like, we know. That's why we hate you. Yeah. That's why we hate Real Madrid.
So then we've got Sporting versus Man City. Man City went from, I think it was Lille at first, or maybe Benfica. They had an easy enough draw and then got probably, I would say, an easy enough draw again. So again, they're not going to be too concerned.
Who's Man City?
Sporting.
Sporting, yeah. I'm going to back City for that one, I think.
Yeah. Then we got Benfica versus Ajax. I imagine Ajax, surely. I think
Ajax killed their group. Yeah. I thought Dortmund were poor. When I saw Dortmund play, even I think they get third. Like, they didn't come second. Like, I thought Dortmund were poor. They were the other kind of. They finished second in Germany, so that was how that was seeded. So I don't know. Like I say, Sebastian Haller. Top scorer in the Champions League.
He could be gone in January. Fucking City or Chelsea might come in for him.
So it's hard to know. I don't watch any Dutch football, so I don't know how good Ajax are. I mean, obviously, look, they are always good because they have the whole culture and the style of play. They don't just come in one year and start lumping it along. That's never going to happen at Ajax. So we know like how they like to play, but I wouldn't be surprised if it went either way.
Yeah. It's a very European game of being like, hey, that could go either way. I don't know.
It's like one of those games like, what game's on tonight? It's like Sporting and Ajax, or is this
Ajax? Benfica and Ajax?
Yeah, Benfica and Ajax. Like, no, I'll go to the pub instead.
Yeah. Then we've got Chelsea versus Lille. Yeah, sorry, Chelsea got Lille twice, so they're going to be buzzing, I think. Again, though, like Bayern, they're not going to care.
Chelsea got Lille twice.
Yeah.
Oh, so Lille okay, good.
Oh, phew. Close call there.
We might get a chance to go further and they pull Chelsea again. Yeah. Oh, damn.
So I'd be worried for Lille there.
Although, I mean, Chelsea don't usually get knocked out in the last 16. Don't usually mess up.
Yeah.
You know.
They're pretty solid.
Even City not anymore. Early on when City were qualifying for the Champions League, they had that in them.
Yeah.
Chelsea, I can't remember the last time they made like, I don't know what happened.
There's no there's no 6-1s or like 8-2s.
No,
or like,
they never get caught in the hop. They never get knocked out of a.
No, it's always a fair loss if they do get knocked out. It's like, they could have gone either way.
Yeah. So I'd be backing Chelsea there for that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, Lille top their group. They'll be confident enough. Who knows?
Then we've got Villarreal versus Juventus. Villarreal looked shite in the group against United, I thought.
And Juve aren't going great either themselves.
Yeah, so.
Again, don't watch enough of either of them. No. But I'm going to go with Juve. I'm going to say
they're bigger.
I'm going to say Chiesa. Loves knockout
That's
football.
True, your boy.
Chiesa, and who else they have that's any good? Diebla, is he still playing for them?
Yeah, he's still playing. I think he might be going in the summer. I think he's linked with Liverpool a good bit.
He's linked every summer.
That's true.
Locatelli as well.
There you go. And then we've got Inter Milan versus Liverpool. Speaking of Liverpool, I think Liverpool will walk that, to be honest.
Yeah,
they're amazing in the Champions League.
Yeah, first English team to get maximum points from the group.
It will be like late February though, and like their style, like there's injuries every year because they're fucking running rampant every game.
Yeah.
So by the time that rolls around, there could be a few big injuries maybe, but I don't see them.
Yeah, no. Salah could have down tools by then.
That's true. Or gotten a new contract. And been like, phew, now I can rest.
Yeah, who knows? African Cup of Nations, of course, in the meantime.
Oh, yeah. Confirmed. But I've found out about it finally.
Oh, yeah?
So it is happening, but no one wants it to happen in Africa.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I think it's something to do, there's like some corruption going on. It's very poorly organised.
Where's it been held?
Couldn't tell you. Oh. No, I didn't look that much into
it. You just spoke to a company there. I was like, he's got the lowdown.
No, it was the headline again. We're finding this out in bits and pieces.
Follow next week for more on African Nations, where it's being held.
But apparently, like, there's no tickets sold for it yet, and it's on in January. So it's supposed to be going ahead, but I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's too promising for that.
Yeah,
so,
and with the new variant as well, which is after coming from South Africa, they could be like, fuck this, let's not.
Yeah.
Let's not do what the Euros did.
Wait and see, folks. Let's wait and see on that one.
Finally, PSG versus Real Madrid, which you talked about.
Ooh, yeah. I would say, if I had to guess, gotten lame, I think Real Madrid, you know.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Oh, that would be a disaster for PSG.
Oh, yeah. Imagine spending all that money. Messi getting knocked out again early.
They were all free transfers except for Hakimi.
Yeah.
So it's just the wages, which we already have.
Yeah, that's true.
It's more not even the money, it's just the kind
image.
of when they brought them out like a boy band.
Yeah.
and it was all the Super Six. It was like Donnarumma, Messi.
Does that ever work when you think back now? Think of the Spurs one as well. Whenever you line up a load of players, it normally spells disaster.
This is why I think Newcastle are going to go down. Because they're going to do the same thing in January, and it's just like, that never worked. Even Messi and Ramos and Donnarumma, it's like, it never works. It never works. So, yeah, it would be disaster because then you got Mbappe going.
He's going no matter what.
Martial linked with her as replacement. I mean, it's all going to fucking end in tears, I feel, this PSG project. And people are going to lap it up.
Yeah. And I would say Poch's window might have closed for United as well. That, again, it's that thing of if they sacked Ollie in time, I'm sure, like before the break, they probably could have gotten Rodgers or Poch, but when they're like left it too late, it's like, well, who's free right now? Yeah.
No, I like to say everyone at PSG is going to be a loser. Like as soon as Barcelona get their finances together, Messi's going back there as well.
Yeah. Although, have you seen them in the league at the moment?
They are. Well, listen, they're still better in France. Yeah, they're 30 points better in France. But like, just that's a foregone conclusion. I know last year was a bit of a blip, but like they want to win the Champions League, and it's just not going to happen this year.
Yeah, never going to.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, and yeah, it looks like, I don't know. Like, does Messi just stay there now?
No, I don't know. How long is his contract?
I think it's 3 years.
Yeah, again, it depends how fast Barcelona can get it back together. I think he'll go back to Barcelona, but he's never going to be the same. Yeah, I think he's lost some of the love for the whole thing.
It seems like it. Yeah. I mean, remember when Poch subbed him off and he walked off? Like, hey, I guess that happens to me now.
Yeah, but even just I think like he, obviously there was a lot of. I'm not saying that Barcelona are some kind of like truer, like more romantic club than PSG, or they don't care about money. I mean, I guess they don't care about money.
They didn't for a while. Yeah. Now they really care.
They didn't think it mattered to them more than they didn't care. But like if that was the boyhood club in a way, because he'd been over there since he was a child. Yeah. And there's always that connection, even when things were shit, even when the president was hiring a social media company to slander him online. He was like, no, I still want to stay. I still like it here. It's not about him, it's about the club, Now he's gone over to PSG, and everyone's just like, it's money. It's all about Mbappe. Like, I'd say he's lost some of the kind of...
Yeah, I think so.
Like, Ronaldo is all about, the records and himself, and he can block out everything else. I don't think Messi is that kind of player. I think he likes his family life. He likes
all his friends at Barcelona.
And he had to leave that, and now it's like...
He'd probably love to be playing under Xavi at the moment.
Yeah, but that's me. I think he would have wanted to play at Barcelona till the end of his days. Yeah. And now he's not going to go back at 35, 36 even maybe. It's just, I think we have seen the last bit of great Messi.
After we guaranteed last year.
After we said he's going... Well, he scored 30 goals. I mean, listen, he's won the Ballon d'Or this year.
He won the Ballon d'Or like a week ago.
And as controversial as it might be, but I just feel like they've killed Messi. Barcelona have really just taken away that kind of that joy he had, and it's sad to see. But I guess all's well that ends well if PSG don't ever win the Champions League. But look, talking about players on big money. I mean, Arsenal fans probably now are fondly remembering the days when their best players would leave before they turned 30, go to a better team, and that would be the end of it, and you could move on. Yeah.
If only we could have kept him. Oh well.
Like, if Fabregas had stayed, I got like 500 grand a week, and then went, I'm not going to play anymore.
I get 500 grand a week. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Or Van Persie, same thing. He left at 29, won a trophy, and then pulled that bullshit at Galatasaray, I think it was.
Somewhere like that.
Where he was doing that in the warm up. He was like, It's just he didn't care. He just was like looking at Spurs like, what? Why are you passing me the ball? I don't want to be here. Yeah, we're talking about Aubameyang again. After the game, it was like he wasn't playing. Was on the squad.
A disciplinary issue.
They asked Arteta. It was like a disciplinary issue. The rules were the same for everyone. And then he's like, "What was it?" He says, "I'm not telling." I can't.
Surely just tell.
No, man. It's the locker room code. What happens in the locker room stays in the locker room. But the point being that, like, he's the captain.
Yeah, and is this the second time or?
At least the second time we know of. Yeah. The one time before he was late, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
And because at the time that a story came out, Tuchel was asked about it, and he said, "Oh yeah, when I was at Dortmund, I used to say the meeting was at 9:45 rather than 10 because he'd inevitably turn up 15 minutes late. We'd be sitting in the meeting room and you'd hear his car outside revving up as he pulled up late. It's like, but that's just so Aubameyang.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
And I don't manage him anymore, so I don't care.
And at Dortmund, we have no money.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't tolerate that at Chelsea. He's like, I'll just buy someone else. But like at Dortmund, you have to kind of...
Yeah, look, he's winning us games.
Yeah, and that's fine. But like at Arsenal, when you're getting paid huge money and you're the captain and we need you to score goals and all this stuff, and you're still doing this, it's like, you know, we did say, though, this must be the end of him.
Yeah.
And he's scored like 3 goals since.
Yeah.
And he's done it again.
Yeah. This has to be the end of him. But like, how long does he have left on his contract?
I don't know, honestly. It must have been like a 3-year contract. Sure, they didn't give him more than 3 years at 32.
But like, then he definitely has at least a year left. And no one's buying him.
No, well, like Qatar or something like that.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to, like...
For the money?
I think he has the money, though. Like, I don't think the money's going to go up from what he's getting.
Then no one would have gone to China.
That's true.
Solomon Rondon would never have gone...
You take that back.
From West Brom, if it wasn't for the money. Like, you know, I always say that. Like, if you're making 30 grand a week, like, think about how much money that is.
Yeah.
But, like, someone offers you... Like, Donny van de Beek was on, like, 26 grand a week, and then he went up to 100 and something.
I think so, yeah.
It's like... He probably thought he'd play more.
He still was probably buzzing.
But you could have said, well, I'm a millionaire in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
You know, why would I want to leave? It's like, there's levels to this for people. And, yeah, look, if Aubameyang's like, listen, you can rot with the under-21s, rot in the reserves.
Yeah.
Or you can go to Qatar and make loads of money. He'll leave.
Yeah, probably.
But I was saying this during the summer. I was like, you know, Tammy Abraham, I'd love to see him come to Arsenal. Now I think he scored as many goals as Aubameyang has.
I think he had one good week and then
started off well, got a few assists, but I think they're literally the same position in the league, and he's not short for training, but he scores many goals.
Yeah,
which is actually worse because he's actually trying.
Yeah, so you want to hear, if you're not scoring, at least you want to hear disciplinary issues.
Yeah.
Like he's just bad. He's not. His head's not in the game.
So I was saying Tammy Abraham. Obviously, that mightn't have been. Well, we'll never know, but that mightn't have been the answer. I'm seeing Calvert-Lewin linked now. Like, you know, Lacazette scored at the weekend there, but he's not a consistent scorer either.
Yeah.
I think probably come to Arsenal when he did was probably a bad move for him because they were all over the place, and he was actually pretty good for Leon. So I don't know. Like Calvert-Lewin could be the answer. He might not be either.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but I don't know. It's a bad look for Aubameyang. Like you're saying, if he wants to go somewhere else, like, why would you invest anything in him?
Yeah, and worse luck for him that Arsenal won very easily without him.
Yeah, after getting a bad loss there to Everton, like who were going really badly. There was a protest in the middle of the game, scheduled for the middle of the game at 27 minutes,
and they won.
And a few people left, but most went, I think we're actually on top here. Let's just see how this pans out. And the people who stayed were rewarded with a 3-1 win. And then they beat Southampton. But I mean,
we've talked about them.
Come on, it could have been 9.
It could have been 9 again.
You know, so it's. I know. To be fair, I've been saying they've been on an easy run. This must be for at least third of their game. So this is just the reality that there is probably teams that are better than, which is good for Arsenal fans. But they're in 5th now. I think 4th is probably the best they'll do this year. But they definitely need a replacement for Aubameyang before he goes. And I don't know who that might be.
Yeah, especially when he's taking up so much wages. That's tough to work out.
Yeah. You can't just for those wages. Because again, like we were saying this about Salah last week, if Aubameyang is doing this and he's on these kind of wages, when it's Odegaard or it's Smith Rowe or any of the players who are playing well,
Calvert-Lewin, he's going to be
like, if you get someone coming in, he's going to want Aubameyang wages. You know, so I mean, it's
they fucked it.
Like I say, would you rather Fabregas and Van Persie who just left, or would you rather Ozil and Aubameyang who stayed and just dragged the whole thing down?
Yeah. Toxic.
Really toxic. You'd rather them leave now, wouldn't you, Arsenal fans? Think about it. You'd rather he just went, I'm actually going to Chelsea. It would hurt, but at least it wouldn't be this.
Not like the hero Willian who said, I'll leave if you want.
Yeah, you know.
I'll take the cut. I don't care.
I'd say when the party asked him, he's like, but I thought that was clear when I came here I was coming for the money. Did you think I was going to...
Oh, I don't care.
I never said I was going to try hard. Yeah, you'd forget Willian was there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
What else do we have then? We had, the the rivals.
Yeah.
Scum.
Yeah, your most hated team easily.
And I say scum not because they have COVID, just because of who they are.
Yeah, because you're a Vitesse. You're a big Vitesse fan.
Sorry, yeah, very Vitesse fans here now. Trigger warning coming up. Yeah. We're going to talk about Tottenham Hotspurs, the selfish Tottenham Hotspurs getting COVID. How do they get so much COVID?
It's when they're the first team in a long time that's happened to.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, I didn't know that could still happen.
Yeah.
I thought all these people had already had COVID at least, or like, how is there an outbreak in December 2021?
Yeah, and it's a proper outbreak for like the first team.
Training ground's closed.
Yeah, it's happened to Aston Villa, I think, last year that there was a training ground thing. But this is when, it was only over 65s and it's over 50s. Like over 18s now, everyone has been offered a vaccine.
Yeah.
And we talked about this before as well. There's quite a high number of footballers who think, I'm not going to get it. It's really come back to bite Spurs now.
Yeah.
8 players and 3 managers.
I think so, yeah.
A huge amount. It was at the point that they had to cancel the Europa League game.
Yeah.
Cancel postpone, I should say, rather than cancel.
Yeah. Postpone the Prem game.
Postpone the Europa League and Europa Conference League. And postpone the Premier League game. I mean, it's a nice little rest, I suppose, for some of them.
Well, remember last year, City got 2 games off, I think, in winter. And then they came back and went on that mental run where they could not lose. Yeah,
there was a bit of a tinfoil hat.
Yeah, because they had like a nice break when everyone else was playing games.
Well, they changed the rules.
Yeah.
Some of the games were postponed, and then they went, actually, there's going to be loads of games postponed. Play today and then in 2 days' time.
Yeah.
So City got the benefit of getting COVID first, and they got a break. And then it was Aston Villa, I think, who...
Yeah.
I think it was that Ross Barkley would come back from injury, and he couldn't do any rehab.
Yeah.
Because their training ground was closed by law. And then they had like 3 games in like 7 days with that. And I was like, this isn't fair. It's like, we got to have the games done. We've already sold them to Sky.
Yeah. Look, our hands are tied. You know who runs the league.
Gary Neville's going to be kicking on our door. But like that was last year when it was up in the air and everybody's kind of life was like, I don't know what we're meant to do here. Yeah. Now it's like, what's the...
They still don't know the protocol, it seems like.
Yeah, what's the protocol now for Spurs? We were just saw during the week that Joshua Kimmich might be fucked, like a lung injury because of COVID complications. Yeah. So, it's dicey stuff.
Very dicey, yeah.
You don't want to be getting COVID now, like with the 3rd variant. It's getting stronger. It's a
you
learning.
really want to get COVID like 2 weeks ago.
Is there any word about when those games are going to be replayed?
I think because... So they tried to get the Europa League game postponed, but still play it, because Spurs have to win that game.
Try for correcting it. Europa Conference League.
Europa Conference
Let's
League.
not get that wrong with Spurs here, right?
Yeah. So they wanted to get that moved because they can, like, if they lose that game to Rennes, then Vitesse go through. I think it's something like that. Or Spurs basically had left it to the last game to qualify.
Yeah.
And now if that game, so they were like, right, we still have to play the game, but Rennes are top no matter what. And they said, why?
Yeah.
Why would we do that?
Just give them 1 point each.
Yeah, we don't want to play that. So, and because I think that game would be on during the French winter break, which is against the rules. Because that's the whole fucking point of the break, is that we don't copy the stupid English teams.
And then that's it, like Rennes playing an extra game where the other teams didn't, and there's all this kind of stuff. It's the domino effect. Yeah. Because usually, like, say there's a game postponed, whether it's like, an injury or something, like an injury crisis, or I don't know why it would be postponed before, but like usually it's easy to put blame and say, listen, Spurs, that was your fault, or Betis, that was your fault, so we'll ask them what to do, or we'll share the points. With COVID, it's like, we can't blame anybody because it could literally happen to any one of us, so there's no one to kind of put the blame on and give the points to, so it's very kind of tough to make a ruling, I think. But yeah, I don't know.
So surely Spurs are going to be playing probably 5 games in 7 days or something mental now.
Well, this is where the Premier League schedule really fucks them, because it's already mad.
It's weird that that's the only league that happens in.
Yeah,
all the other leagues just go on breaks, and it doesn't seem like there's we have 10 games in 2 weeks.
I know, is it a cultural thing?
Yeah.
I really don't know. I'm going on a limb here, but just the kind of the history of kind of factories and working class people that over the Christmas they would have been working.
Yeah. So
they wanted stuff to...
Yeah, well, the Boxing Day tradition of football, it's it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
We don't have to watch it. It seems a bit weird that the players for Christmas have to play for our enjoyment.
But that's to me, I think at the time probably everybody was working.
Right.
So, and they, obviously when it started, that's how it started. It started from factories and working class people. So I'm assuming it's probably some kind of cultural, historical thing.
Yeah.
Whereas, other countries maybe they just didn't have that same, or they had more kind of importance based on Christmas and family. I don't know. But in this day and age of high performance athletes.
And COVID.
And COVID as well.
And schedule issues. Like, there's so many reasons not to do that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I do enjoy watching a bit of football on Stephen's Day, but I mean, you have to.
Stephen's Day is good. We don't need the football on Christmas Eve and also the day after Stephen's Day and also the day after that.
Well, if you have any kind of family or significant other, you can't.
Yeah, you're not going to watch all those games.
It's not fair to the other people who don't care about football.
Even a peek behind the curtain, we had a look at the schedule to see if we could do a podcast on each game. It's impossible.
Yeah, because I don't want to. It's absolutely impossible for us to do this twice a week.
We would have to do like 3 episodes in a week.
Yeah, no.
To cover the games.
So, I don't know, we'll see how that goes. More to come on that.
Yeah.
But we might take winter break. Fuck it, we're in English.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck that, man.
Yeah. We want to perform well in Europe.
Yeah, we have it was a long season for us as well. Yeah. We need to recharge our batteries.
Yeah. What a start for Conte at Spurs.
Yeah.
Really, like, immediately being, like, losing to Moura or whoever it was. Immediately being shown, like, oh, this team, like, you have a lot of work to do. And then he's probably, like, as soon as he said, I see the level of Spurs, they're like, all the games are cancelled for 2 weeks, you can't train.
Yeah.
You can't fix anything by law.
Like, he obviously knew it was going to be a tough job going in. That's why he was kind of unsure about it. But this definitely is not not what he's expecting.
Insane.
An added level of difficulty here But that's the thing too. No one's going to blame Conte for any of this now.
Yeah,
he's totally scoff free for this rest of this year because, like, well, listen, remember back in December when they all died? Remember when they had to bury his son and then play City the next day because of scheduling issue?
Yeah.
I mean, touch wood, I don't want fucking Son to die. But, it's no one's going to blame Conte for this because it's unmanageable.
Yeah.
What else do we have then? We had some other games. We had Chelsea and Leeds. A cracking game for the neutral.
Surprising that I was expecting the old big team versus Leeds just hammers them. Just run through them because they don't really do the...
Yeah,
they never fix their issues in big games, it seems like. But
that could mean Leeds turning around moment, I think, and 2 dodgy enough penalties. I mean, the Alonso one was pretty bad. I mean, you can't, it's like, don't go to ground, don't slide in, don't look at him in the box because, like, if you do, and then he was a bit high and
there was a few of those this week in the Aston Villa game as well. The penalty was Tyrone Mings barreled into Salah with his hands out, but he didn't really do anything. But it's like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
If it looks bad, that matters more even then. Like, if it's a bad tackle in the box.
And Madison, like, it dived over the leg against Newcastle.
Didn't touch him, yeah.
I was watching Match Day 2 last night. They had Dion Dublin. You might know him from Cash in the Attic. Yeah. He scored a Premier League goal. I think he scored 100 Premier League goals, but also Cash in the Attic. He's just made for TV. Such a likable guy, such a warm man, Great name too. I always thought he was Irish.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But then they also had Glenn Murray on the side. Glenn Murray's like, yeah, he's bought it, but it was already sold.
Very cool.
I don't think that's what he said, but he said something like he started goes, yeah, it was a penalty. I think he bought it, and then he went, oh, I've just said he's dived. How do I transition on this analogy? So he was like, but he's left it there to be
Dion
bought, and Dion's like, yeah, good one, not a penalty. I'm upped in the scales here. I think he's dived over the leg. He's in the air before he even gets to him. Not a penalty. And I think that your man Chappers, he goes to Ian Dublin. Or he goes to Glenn Murray. He goes, well, Glenn, would you be annoyed if that was given against you? And he went, and then Ian Dublin goes, he was never back that far to do it. Because, he's a striker, Glenn Murray, from the championship, 35 goals in the championship. And Glenn Murray didn't laugh. He just looked like, I can't believe you said that. Like, I would cut to him And he was shocked. They come back to Ian Dublin. He was like jollily laughing around and shouting, all right, moving on.
Glenn Murray's lying awake thinking about that still.
There was no banter, no back and forth. Glenn Murray just got, roasted on match day 2 and did nothing.
And I don't see Glenn Murray doing analysis too often. Probably his first time. He's like, I'll try it out. How bad could it be?
Yeah. Oh, Ian Dublin, he's lovely. How was work, Glenn? I want to talk about it. Fuck Cash and Alec. Turn it off! Yeah, no, there's a few fucking dodgy penalties going around. I don't know. Again, it's like, and there was actually one in the Burnley and West Ham 0-0 where he jumped across him, didn't get near the ball, but he was kicked in the box. Yeah, it was like a weird, like, why is he doing that? Why is he jumping across him off the pitch to get a kick? But like, there's no consistency. It's like it's the same as the other ones that were given. Yeah, but it's like, well, nah, not this time.
Fuck that.
And it swings up and down. So some weeks, some months, like there's like no one's getting a penalty.
Well, it does seem like, remember at the start of the season when it was like hard tackles are in, do what you want. And that seems to be gone now.
As gone as Harry Elliott's ligaments in his ankle, I'd say.
That happened and they went, let's tone it back down again.
Us and other prominent broadcasters made our voices heard, I think, Will. They heard us and I went, yeah, that was actually pretty bad.
That was mental. Remember for like 3 weeks there were no rules.
It was crazy. There's tackles like literally flying in.
United conceded a goal from Bruno getting upended in the back of his leg, and then they went on and scored with that foul. Yeah. And like there was it was mental.
Tarkowski 2-footing Richarlison in Everton. Yeah. Like nowhere near the ball, and like ever since they changed rules now, Burnley have just plummeted down the table. Burnley's like, this is our year. We're going to the Champions League, baby. And now they're just like, they could get relegated, lads. So like that was the same season as this season, where it feels like we're watching an episode of Premier League years.
Yeah, it feels like also like from the 2000s or something.
But that's the thing, like these referees and the council referees,
the players aren't told this.
The high council just decide, we're actually going to
we're back to soft penalties.
Slowly change it back in. By December, we're back to the way things were. No one's going to know us. Yeah. We know us.
Yeah, we see it.
We watch the highlights of these games.
Yeah, I will say the Burnley West Ham game. Yeah, you know how that was a bit of a dire game. Do you know what the title for the highlights on that were? What? Declan Rice almost scores 30-yard worldie. Oh, wow. Almost.
I can't wait for that compilation. Goals Declan Rice almost scored. Yeah, look, they can't all be hits, folks. There's going to be a 0-0 there. Yeah. West Ham. They do seem like they're...
So it begins.
We call it, folks. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's just like... It's those kind of games like where no one's going to be top of these games. Yeah. Because it's 0-0 or whatever, and he almost scores. There was almost a penalty, but then there was a penalty. But like these are the kind of games that you want
to win those 2
games in the top 4. You don't want to be talking to them because you beat them 3-0. Yeah. Not because you couldn't get over Burnley, who were going badly. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to get that top 4 spot in the end.
No, I don't think so.
I know that mathematically, it's like they're still within a point of United, Spurs, and Arsenal. And we said last week it's those 4 teams going for that 4th spot. Yeah.
The competition is harder than usual for 4th. I think normally it's like pretty. Yeah. It's like the top 4 you can kind of tell at the start. Maybe one team in and out, but now there's like 6 teams going for 4th place.
Yeah, it's mad. At the time, right now, anyways, we'll see how the title race goes. It's 3 teams going for the title, and it's 4 teams going for top 4.
And like 10 teams for relegation.
Yeah, and then everything else for relegation. So it's very like
good league,
sectioned up nicely to follow. But yeah, if I had to pick now, I mean, we got our mid-season awards coming up soon, but just a quick prediction for that. I'm thinking United probably look the best position to get that top 4 spot. Yeah. You got Arsenal and the Aubameyang thing. That's definitely not going to end well.
No, yeah.
Spurs are dying of COVID.
I mean, that surely is going to come back to them when they play 10 games in a month. Like, they can't win all those games. That would be insane.
No, and I saw Dele Alli wants to leave in January, and he's been allowed to leave as well. Like,
yeah, well, Conte's not going to be like, no, please, Dele.
Well, if you only see players, you'd think, surely you got to keep them off. Like, everyone, please, we need everyone to. No, not you, Dele. You can tip on there, actually.
Yeah, I've seen enough.
Harry Winks, we need you. You know, so I don't think they're going to get it. And then West Ham, like again, I'm not saying they didn't beat Burnley, they're not good enough, but it felt like one of those games that like you have to win those games.
Yeah.
And not easy games, it's not easy to beat Burnley at home, but like that's the ones you need to do to.
That is the ones the other top 3 teams would be managing.
They'll usually win that game, even when they probably shouldn't. They win it 1-0 or something like that. So, yeah, unlucky for West Ham, but we'll see how that goes. I suppose the last thing we had then, Will, bandwagon wheel. Now, it's a tough one coming up.
Up and down. It's up and down.
This is a tough one. We had Panathinaikos. You wanted to go well on the table now. Weren't going on the table, but they were going well enough to beat us 2-0.
Yeah.
Look, again, don't look at the league position. We're still in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
We always will be.
Yeah. Mathematically, we're playoffs.
We're a playoff team.
And we have at least 3 playoff games. We're going deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, we're going. We. It's funny because if we go deep in the playoffs in one, it's good, and the other one is bad. So, yeah, not a good result, not a good performance really. Actually, to be honest, we probably too high on run supply there. Win 4-1.
They were listening to us last week.
Yeah, they're playing in the dressing room afterwards, I'd say.
Yeah, it's like
just skipping forward to the end. Yeah, so I don't know. We have Olympiacos next.
Yeah, it's the other big boys.
And they are top of the league.
Was it them who we beat at the start of the season or got a draw against at the start of the season?
No, I think it was Panathinaikos.
Oh, that's not good.
So I remember it was Olympiacos. I think we did get a famous
Yeah, I think
draw.
it was like the first game we saw.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think they're probably back for revenge now.
Yeah, that's bad.
I want to set the record straight here. But yeah, no, we're like I say, there's no rush. We just got to keep plugging away. It's all about very like Kenny's Ireland. It's what the performance is now.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a good performance.
That was real bad.
Yeah, so that's what we got to look at. Paratosh.
Well, you don't want anyone injured for playoffs. Take it easy, boys.
Yeah.
If you're coming second last, you might as well come last.
Honestly, yes. There's no point in us rushing up the table trying to get to 6th spot and finishing 7th.
Yeah.
You know, getting injuries along the way.
Take your time, boys. Play the B team.
Yeah. So
do you think they're allowed to do that?
I'm sure it's probably come up before.
Yeah, because I mean, it is a flaw in the league.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, not a good result this week for Archimedes, our boys. No. But we'll stick with it. Like you say, we're in the playoffs regardless. Playoffs are championship playoffs, I guess. I don't know what they're called.
No.
I'm sure there's a cool name for it though.
Super something, probably.
Yeah, the super playoffs and the not so super playoffs.
Yeah.
We're currently in the not so super playoffs, and
the loser cup.
we're probably going to stay there for the rest of the season, honestly.
Yeah. All right, so
yeah, we'll do a quick look ahead to the midweek Premier League games. Yeah, just throw some predictions. Why not?
So tomorrow, Tuesday, we've got Brentford versus Man United, and I think there's been a COVID outbreak at United, and Tony is also injured for Brentford, so that can go either way.
Who knows? I'm going to go for Brentford for that one. It feels like a kind of a slip up. That's like what?
I mean, after the Norwich game.
That was close. They nearly slipped up there. Yeah.
They were bad. Like, they were easily the worst team of the two. It was very strange because they were so good in the game before that. It was like, Ralph Rangnick is amazing. He's changed the club in one day.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh no, they were just trying hard in the first game, and then they showed themselves again.
Well, here's a game I'm looking forward to. Speaking of Norwich, we have the Dean Derby.
Ooh, very good.
Dean Smith Derby, I guess.
That could have been the fabled Gerrard Lampard game.
It could have been. What might have been? Norwich return to Aston Villa. Think Dean Smith will be booed?
No, because I think they liked him, didn't they?
They threw cabbages on the pitch when Steve Bruce was there.
That's true. To get in their heads.
We know what they're like. Look, Aston Villa fans listening, prove us wrong, but I think they're going to boo him. I think Dean Smith's going to be booed.
Thank you for all you've done for us now. Fuck you.
Yeah, Man City Leeds. That's also tomorrow.
It's crazy there's games tomorrow.
It's silly season. That's the one good thing about COVID is that the girls putting that on their Instagram.
It's over.
Didn't Alex Ferguson say that about the transfer window? Isn't that how that started? And then it just became like a generic
Christmas time
Instagram caption for the vapid teens of Ireland.
I wish there was more Fergie quotes being used by the cool teens.
We have Brighton Wolves. They fell off. Didn't they?
Brighton, yeah, remember them?
Yeah.
Ever since they got booed off the pitch and their manager said, they're idiots, they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they got too big for boots, and it's called karma, I think.
Yeah.
Also, Duffy's been out.
Yeah, that's true.
The Dutch, or the what's it again? Yeah, people call him the Dutch Van Dijk, but you cut that.
Arsenal, West Ham.
Arsenal, West Ham. That feels like a West Ham win, especially after their draw against Burnley.
I mean, will Aubameyang play?
No, I wouldn't.
Do you think you don't think his punishment is up?
I think he could be gone in January.
I think that could be. Well, we said this last time. We said all this last time.
Well, I still think it. I don't care if I'm wrong. I want him out. Burnley, Watford. We haven't talked much about their kind of renaissance. Watford's under Ranieri. I guess because they haven't been winning games.
Yeah, like they're 17.
They've been playing better, but losing games.
Yeah.
So I feel that they could come good. They could go on a run.
Yeah.
And look, who better than Burnley, who are not going great at the moment.
That's a big game. There's 2 points. Burnley have a game in hand because they haven't played Spurs yet.
Yeah.
So this is a big game for Burnley because if they lose this, then they're 5 points behind.
Yeah.
That's no good.
That's not good at all. Crystal Palace and Hampton. My early prediction for first manager to be sacked, Patrick Vieira, has managed to get other players besides Wilfred Zaha to start playing well.
You don't even hear about Zaha anymore.
No.
Conor Gallagher is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for Conor Gallagher to be sold to Crystal Palace for 35 million from Chelsea and just never play well again.
Fall off. Plummet.
The old Joe Willock, they call it.
Yeah.
And then you got Leicester, Tottenham.
Which,
will it go ahead?
I think there is enough players now training that I think I was reading it that it is going ahead, but they're still missing key players. But it's like, you have enough players now, lads. You have a team.
Yeah.
But it's their B team who lost to Moura, and they're like, we can't play.
Yeah. No, not good for Tottenham. But yeah, good for Leicester. They had a bit of a tough time with their start of the season, so a nice easy win against Spurs B team week right their street. You got Chelsea, Everton. Is Benitez still the manager?
He is still the manager.
Well, at the time of recording, he is, folks. I don't know he has much long to live there at Everton. If they get a pumping from Chelsea,
that could be it.
Lights out, I think.
Yeah.
And then Liverpool, Newcastle. I mean, that's only going to go one awful way for Newcastle.
Yeah. Triple captain Salah if you have him.
Yeah, if you
now is the week.
This is the week to triple captain.
Everyone's going to have him captain. Triple captain.
It's your only way to get more points.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did say that one news story of people are anybody but Newcastle. Do you see this?
Yeah, the teams.
That's tinfoil hat stuff.
Yeah.
Anybody but Newcastle. I mean, I can't wait for them to go down.
I still don't think they will.
They're going to go down.
No, I don't think they will.
There's a conspiracy that no one's going to sell any players, and they're terrible. I mean, free my man, Sam Maximan. Free Sam Maximan. He's so good. He's too good for that club. But I mean, if they can't sign any Premier League players, if they can't sign the likes of
but they don't have to go to the Premier League. The other leagues aren't going to give a shit about Newcastle. They're just going to want money.
Yeah.
You know, like who cares if they can't get Lingard?
So what? Sebastian Haller.
Ramos, he's free probably in January.
Sebastian Haller, Sergio Ramos, and Son Rondon.
Salman Rondon is buzzing.
He'll go. The big three, new big three at Newcastle. That's going to keep them up. If that's what you're hoping on, like, it's over. Like, you've absolutely no chance.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense. But listen, I've been on that road before. Nonsense. Talking nonsense. Why should we accept somebody talking nonsense? Like, what would you say? What are you talking nonsense about us? Why are you talking rubbish?